You weren't expecting to see this episode in your sub box, were you? I mean, I wasn't expecting to do a second season of Speed Model in the same year, but, well, with my previous, modeling of the humanoid character, I had some doubts as to, whether or not that was really interesting to watch. And on top of that, it doesn't quite bring me the joy of creating a room or multiple rooms. So what we're gonna do in this season of Speed Model is we're gonna build a fully functional apartment. In the past, I've just done single rooms, we've done a bedroom, we've done a kitchen. This time, we're gonna do a whole house. Well, little apartment, those that are meant for one and are kinda tiny. That just happens to be the aesthetic I like, but at the same time, it's probably easier to do than a full-blown house. And unlike 2 seasons ago when we did the kitchen, I will not be using the Cycles renderer. I'll be using the Blender internal renderer, but I'll be turning on features like ambient occlusion just to make things look a little bit more fancy, but render much faster because the Cycles renderer was really slow and it really heated up my computer. So hopefully you are interested in the prospect of this series, and that should be enough waffling from me. Let's jump into episode 1 of Speed Model Season 4. We begin our projects by drawing out a rough floor plan. You've seen me do the same thing last season by simply using the texture brush tool to draw on a mesh. It takes a few tries to get everything in place. I even stretched the floor at points when it seemed like there wouldn't be enough room. Then I added 2 bay windows which extend beyond the side of the room. Using the floor plan, I can begin to build the room itself. I had originally wanted to build the walls of the room in the same mesh, but soon realized that it wouldn't quite work since it would create paper thin walls. In addition, it would make further manipulations very difficult. As such, I opted to build walls from a separate mesh instead. Once that's done, I cut holes in the walls and add doors to them, making adjustments to keep their sizes uniform. As always, I tweak the door so it opens on its side, just like the door should. Then I cut out more holes in the walls to add openings for windows. With all that done, I begin to plan the lighting of the rooms. I add 2 lights shining in from the bay windows, which will simulate sunlight. I had some problems with light leaking in from the edges of the room. In the end, I fixed it by using ray trace shadows, which are the most precise way to generate shadows, but it is of course slower. After extending the base of the bay windows, I move on to model our first piece of furniture, a nice computer desk that goes around. I begin by building the base structure of the mesh. I had planned to add the top of the table as a separate mesh on top of the base, but that didn't quite work as I expected, since I had trouble getting it to follow the shape of the base. In the end, I simply extruded the base itself and scaled it so that it fit to the right size. Finally, I added 2 little supports at the sides of the table, thus completing the modeling. So what we have so far are all the walls in place, with the bay windows looking correct, minus the window frames. We also have our first piece of furniture in place, which is a computer desk with a 90-degree bend. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this brand new season. This is going to keep going on for a while more. I mean, especially since, a lot of the environment is pretty complex. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying things so far. Hopefully you're looking forward to the episodes to come. Well, until next time, you're watching Speed Model on 0612 TV. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, consider checking out the rest of my work on my channel. Alternatively, you may be interested in the last season of Speed Model. If you'd like to show me some monetary support, I am on Patreon. You can find a link to my campaign in the video description. Of course, you can simply like this video or leave a comment. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I can. To keep in touch with my future uploads, do subscribe to this channel. And for even more updates, check out the official Twitter account for this channel at 0612TV. Thank you for your support.